Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our standard tarot reading for the week. So if you want to get a message from the cards, please come on in, get comfortable. This message is for you when you're meant to find it. If you like what you see in the video, please go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons so you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. I usually have videos like this every week. Barring any kind of business that takes residence, you'll get a video like this every week. I've also included links to my social media and my website if you guys are interested in getting in touch with me outside of YouTube. I'm welcome for I welcome the correspondence, and if you have any feedback, comments are open for that as well. And finally, I've listed all of the decks I'm using in the description box. Just to save time on this video, I won't mention everything I used in the video, but it will be listed if you want to see what I'm using. So, I'm okay. I just wanted to start the video off with that because this week has not been particularly well. I don't think it got off to a great start, and I say that because there's been some family issues once again that have arisen, but just short of actually explaining what that is, and I'm not going to be doing that for privacy reasons, it's not good. Luckily I'm okay. Most of my family is okay, but there's some stuff that we're having to deal with, and it's been very difficult. So I'm hoping that this reading is going to help me gain some clarity as well as you. I don't ever want to make my readings this way about myself in totality, if you will, but there's a need to release some negativity in this reading, and I'm hoping that this reading will help us do that. There will be a bonus reading timestamped in the description as well. So if you want to jump over all of that, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to start with some oracles. And first of all, we're going to start with the Cosmic Egg. Okay, that's actually a pretty good start. We have the Cosmic Egg. We have the Rhino Spirit. We have the full moon in Sagittarius, and this is asking us to look at the bigger picture, as well as we have success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Okay, so judging by this situation, there's an obstacle, obviously, like it says, there's an obstacle in your path, but I'm also hearing what you're missing is that you have the capability of overcoming it, because you have a lot of creativity in your space. There's a lot of spiritual skin shedding. I'm getting there because that's the snake motif around that egg. There's a lot of the old that needs to fall away, right? It needs to come off. It needs to be removed so that you can make forward progress. Okay. And you might be feeling that progress is stopped because of this obstacle. But remember, again, you have the Rhino Spirit coming out here. You have a way of just barreling right through it. Okay. You do have success coming for you. Okay. It is very close. It is right there. Okay. But the thing of the matter is that you're not looking at the whole scope of the situation. You're not seeing the whole thing, right? And this is what you're being asked to kind of take a step back from, simply so you can absorb all the details of what's going on. Okay. like I said, there's some negativity and some sad issues that have arisen in my family. And suffice it to say, we don't know a whole lot about what happened just yet, but we are looking for the facts. We are having to step back. We are having to step back and assess what the bigger picture might look like for us down the line. So whether I feel like saying just generally there might not be closure just yet, but I feel like the success is in finding the closure you're looking for. Okay, so that's our situation right now. We're looking to let some things go. We're hoping to get kind of get away from the negativity that we're experiencing right now and move into a new space. So we're going to get into our tarots. I have a couple of decks. Again, they'll all be listed. And, okay. We're already getting cards popping off the top, so we're going to do the usual routine here. We're going to get some cards to tell the story, and then the clarifying and hidden energy. So let's see what we have to start. Okay, we have the Two of Feathers. Here we have some decisions. For this deck, this is the Two of Swords. And we're looking at some choices here. Once again, we're hesitating on making that choice because we don't know what's going on in totality just yet. Okay. And once again, we have to step back and gather the pieces we're missing. Okay. So there's the Two of Feathers, or the Two of Swords. All right. We also have, we have the Lovers, or love, in this deck. Again, there's choices to be made. In this case, I feel like there's a choice of head versus heart. You're definitely weighing options right now, okay? And we're not at the final decision-making stage just yet because, again, I'm going to hammer it home, we're missing pieces for now, okay? So there is the card for love, the Lovers, okay? And we also have the Empress. So right now what I'm seeing is that we need to tap into our creativity and our abundance here. There's a lot of that energy here too. Despite the indifference, despite the lack of information, there is a lot of there is a lot to be done here in terms of the creative pursuits. I'm also getting that with the cosmic egg here. Okay. There is still work to be done. Okay. There is potentially something else to focus on while you're kind of mulling over these decisions that you have to make. Okay. And maybe tapping into that creativity, that fertile creative soil is going to help you make the choices you need to make, especially coming out with the Two of Feathers and the Lovers here. Okay. I'm hearing work on finding a creative solution to the issue you're experiencing. Okay. Let's see what that could mean. Let's see what's hidden and what we need to clarify the situation for now. Okay. Or hidden energy. Let's see some hidden energy, please. We have the Wheel. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So the hidden energy underneath all of that is that things are changing. I've been getting that a lot. Yeah, I've been getting that a lot in my readings, and it's true. Things are moving on. In the case of my family, there's been a particularly sudden change, and it is unfortunate, but we're in the thick of it now, so You know, what do we do with it? Okay. How best do we cope with this change? Okay. And this is where I'm saying tap into the creativity. Okay. Things are down right now. Things are at the bottom of the wheel. Things are feeling particularly heavy and crushing and emotionally turbulent. But they will come back up. In its due course, they will come back up. Okay. And that's something to keep in mind, especially for my family right now. But if you are resonating with this image, things will come back up. Okay. And that might, this thought of change might be the trigger for your hesitation in making your decisions, because it's hard to anticipate how things are going to change, when things are going to change, what things will change, because nothing is static. But it's you might be down now, but you will be up again. Okay, so don't lose hope on that. Okay, so there's the wheel. That's our hidden energy. Clarifying energy, please. We have this. Okay, we have the 7 of acorns. This is determination. This is determination. This is having the stamina to stand up for yourself. Acorns are wands in this deck, so I always interpret this as standing up for yourself, defending yourself. When people are coming at you and saying all kinds of nasty things against you, this is standing up and saying, you know what? No, you don't get to say that. You don't get to assume negativity about me. You just don't get to do what you're doing to me and not face consequences, right? Yeah, and so stand up for yourself. You have the determination and the stamina to see through the changes that you're going through. See yourself through the changes that you're going through. Because at the end of the day, what's changing not only is meant to change, but it is also meant to stay in your highest good, meant to keep you in your highest vibration. Okay. And that's that's something you need to see, I think. So there is the 7 of acorns, or the 7 of wands, as our clarifying energy. Okay. So there's the story. I want to see how it is that we're seeing what we're seeing. Why are we experiencing the cards that we are right now? Okay, I will be shuffling these, but I'm gonna be doing it off camera, so they are shuffled. Okay. I honestly really like this deck. This is the Urban Tarot by Robin Scott. But the only thing that I find a little annoying is that it is much bigger than my hands can safely shuffle. So hang in there. Hang in there with me, guys. Not comfy. That is okay. Let me see why we are seeing the 2 of feathers. Please, why are we seeing the 2 of feathers? So we're seeing the 2 of feathers here. Okay. There's been a number of disappointments in our past, and we've made the wrong choices. It certainly led us to, if not a path of disaster, at least a path of things not necessarily working. Okay. The thing that I always try and positively spin the 5 of Cups to is that there's still a place to go. Okay, there's still some things to work with, even if you don't have everything you started with. Okay, so if you're feeling hesitant over these changes, if you're feeling low and sad about not experiencing things the way you were hoping for, it's not over. You're not done yet. You won't be done yet for a while. And remember that you have, especially with the Seven of Acorns or the Seven of Wands, you still have a lot of energy left, whether you realize that or not. Okay. So there's some disappointing things in the past that have caused you to pull back a little bit, and that's okay. You know, you're in a time of reflection too. So there's the Five of Cups. We have also, okay, we have the Princess of Swords. I'm going to read this as the Page of Swords. So there's still a mindset of, I'm hearing stubborn. It's young. It's young energy, and by that I mean that you haven't gathered everything you need. Okay, there's still some missing information that may allow you to shift a perspective once you have it. I hope that makes sense. You're figuring out what needs to shift about the mindset, because and once that shift happens, it will allow you to figure out what you're missing and how to gather it so you can do the work you're being called to do. Okay. The activist. Also, there could be, I don't know if you can see that, but that tagline is the activist. So there's something, I feel like there's something you probably could be speaking up about, and you're not doing that again because you're missing information. Interesting. Okay. So, okay. So there's the Princess of Swords or the Page of Swords. Let's clarify our Lover's card here. Okay, we have the Hierophant. So you know the personal truth that you live by, and you know it very well. Okay, you're going to have to call upon that truth, because ultimately you live your life. You know what looks right for you, what feels wrong for you. You just know. You have an intrinsic knowledge of yourself and your personhood, and that's how you choose to live. Okay. And if you don't know what that personal truth is, it might be time to explore some of those things. Okay. That's that personal truth, your values, your morals, where you stand on certain issues, all of those things that you hold dear to yourself are going to help you make your choice. Because once again, you're in a state of weighing out your options. Okay. Yeah, you're in a state of weighing out your options, and you don't know what's going on outside of you, but you know what's going on inside, and that's going to be important to tap into. Okay. So there's the Hierophant. We also have, once again, the Lovers. Again, this is going to help you weigh your choice. Okay, it's going to help you unionize and harmonize what you know with what you're learning. Let's hold on to it there, okay? Because it's not the Lovers. I gave the definition for the Two of Cups. Could come out in this reading, but I don't guarantee it. But there is a blending of energy that is coming with it, and hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully that energy of knowledge and learning stays together. I hope that. getting tongue-tied, but what I think I mean here is that what you know and what you're learning are going to come together. Hopefully, hopefully you can integrate those two energies. Okay, and once again, that's going to depend on where you stand in terms of how you're weighing your options. Okay, so there's the Lover's card. All right, let's see clarification for the Empress. Why are we seeing this here? Okay, you're seeing the Empress. Okay, we're seeing the Empress because there's a lot going on. There's a lot in our hearts and our minds right now, and a lot of it's cloudy. A lot of it's kind of dim. We don't really see where we're going, but there is a call. I'm hearing a call to let our wild side out for a little bit. And I think that corresponds kind of nicely with the way I always define this card, because I always think of like creativity. Here we go, creativity. But I always think about dreams, what happens in the dark, what happens in our shadows, tapping into our ego minds and understanding where that's operating from. Place of fear for the most part. Again, tapping into our creativity. Okay, this is why we need to do it. Tap into our creativity in order to clarify where we're going first. Okay. All right, so there's the Moon. We also have the Six of Wands. Yeah, because remember, we have success in our oracle reading here. We're going to see it. Okay, but this vision of success is slightly blurred because of the darkness, because of the ego mind kicking in. Okay, we'll see it. We just got to work through the darkness to get here. Okay, interesting light and dark motif. Okay, I don't know. There's light and dark. Okay, it's a little dark. It's a little heavy right now. But remember, the light's coming. The success is when the light peeks through. Okay. So there's the Six of Wands. Okay, let's clarify our wheel. Okay, let's see this card. Okay, we have the Three of Cups coming in here. This is, I'm hearing in my head, or I'm hearing the thought of celebrate in spite of things changing. You, again, okay. You might be on the bottom of the wheel, but here's the thing. You aren't alone. You know, you've developed, I feel safe to say that you've developed a really close union, friendship, bond with a group of people that are allowing you to really do good work for yourself, in spite of it potentially being arduous, tedious, just, I don't want to do it, but I have to do it. You have cheerleaders on your sideline. You have a hype man in your corner. Okay? And you're not facing the changes by yourself. You're really not. Okay? So, you know, even if you have to sit back and take a minute, I would say show gratitude for that fact, because that probably, you know, you're probably so mired in your sadness and supposed weakness that you don't see the people around you that love you and want the best for you. Okay? Because things seem to be changing too rapidly to see that. The point is, you're here. They're with you. They're with you. Okay. So there is the Three of Cups. Okay. And finally, clarifying our Seven of Acorns here, Seven of Wands. We have, okay, we have the Hanged Man. So even through all of this, there needs to be a surrender of control, because you can only do so much, right? You're only human. You can only say and be in so many places. You can't be in two places at once. You can only do so much during your day. And once again, a shift in perspective is going to be required to help you in this situation. Gather what you need. Step back and say, you know what? I can't do everything. I'm not a robot. I'm a human. I give my control to whatever, whatever I need to surrender. It's gone. Okay, it's surrendered. I maybe don't feel great, but I am clear about what I can control and how to move forward. Okay. Shift in perspective, seeing things from a different angle. It's all going to help you. It's all going to help. It's all going to help you down the line. Okay. You just got to work on surrendering it first. Okay. So there is a Hanged Man. Now we also have the High Priestess. So, okay, again, creativity and abundance. The Empress is also about gaining wisdom and experience, especially through reflection. So I think that's going to be particularly important for you right now because you are going through so much. Okay. You may need to prioritize self-care. And I'm getting to that because this character is laying in a tub with candles, and they got a nice bubble bath going on. Not gonna lie, that sounds amazing. But yeah, you really do need to give yourself a chance, because I feel also that this is healing energy coming through as well. And yeah, give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance to tap in. Because ultimately you're going to have to do that anyway if you want to do the work of shifting your perspective here. Okay, so there is the High Priestess. Okay, and that is why we're seeing the first part of this reading. I'm going to have a drink break. How are we doing? Are we okay, guys? This is a lot. I'll admit this is a lot, but I'm going to spend this next part of the reading hopefully getting some advice for you as my I don't want to say spectator, but that's the only word coming, as the watcher of this video. Hopefully this next part of the reading helps you understand and process what we just saw. So cheers, friend. Have a water break if you need it. Okay, so let's see this next part of the reading. We're going to we're gonna draw some cards, see what we need to see. How is this reading helping or hindering you? What do you need to know in order to make your choices? Okay. Right, we have two cards coming right off the top, so I'm just gonna draw one and see what's next. Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Two of Wands, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so the Knight of Cups is someone, okay, someone who is able to take action, certainly inspired action on their emotional and spiritual growth. And so that is something you could be looking at right now, is how certainly how your emotions affect your spiritual body, how you're feeling emotionally, how that, where that puts you in terms of feeling things. I hope that makes sense. As a person, this might be someone very open-hearted. They're very much, they wear their hearts on their sleeves, and they could be a water sign, meaning Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Fact check me if I got that wrong, please. I know I'm a Pisces and a Scorpio, and I think Cancer's the third water sign in there. Again, if this is you, you're feeling some kind of way. You're feeling a lot right now. And first of all, it's absolutely okay to feel what you're feeling. But this situation, these choices, this change, the shift in perspective that you're being called to make is bringing up a lot. Okay. And that's tough. But I don't know if it's necessarily unexpected. Okay. So there is the Knight of Cups. We also have the Two of Wands, again, hammering home the choice factor here. These choices that you're trying to make right now will have an effect on you down the line. Okay, and I feel like you already know that well enough. Like, that was a very obvious thing for me to say. But at the end of the day, what you are experiencing and how you are experiencing it is going to dictate whether you stay comfortable or whether you go down the road. Okay, and that is that's important to tap into, because it's a matter of your future. Okay, what I'm also being struck by is that this, whoever this hand belongs to, is taking those wands and maybe pulling them down. I'm hearing uprooting, pulling whatever this is, this wand energy. It's being pulled up by the roots. Okay, and that's because wands are associated with fire. There's a lot of passion coming out in that, and once that, I think once that comes out, it may be hard to put out. And I feel like if this is resonating with you, you've had situations where you've maybe acted impulsively and you've done some damage with the words you're using, how you're feeling. And now that you have some choices to make, those feelings are coming back, and you have to make a different decision with how to manage it. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. I feel like that's safe to say. I'm gonna add in, though, that you know what, you might be too hard on yourself right now. Not good. Stop doing that. Stop berating yourself. Stop deprecating yourself. You're doing the best you can. Okay? And it's time to give yourself a break, because the work you've done up till now is paying off. Okay? The work that you're being called to do now is going to have dividends, so long as you put your brain and your heart and your mind into it. The choice is there for you to make. Okay? Again, the choice is there for you to make. Right? Nine of Pentacles. Okay? Let's see some hidden and clarifying energy, please. Okay? We also have the Five of Pentacles again. Remember that we have the Three of Cups out of the Urban Tarot here. Ask for help. Remember what I said about having cheerleaders and a hype man and all of these people around you wishing for your best. They are there. They are there. And all you have to do is ask for help. They're going to be there for you. Okay? They're going to be there. Interestingly enough, I'm seeing the sign of Taurus. But I'm also seeing, I believe that's Mercury. Again, fact check me in the comments. I believe that's either the Horned God or Mercury coming out in that. Once again, fact check me on that. I'm going to focus on Taurus because I know that. What I'm hearing here is that you're ungrounded and you probably could stand to put down fresh roots. Okay? Again, that's not easy because you might be trying to grow through rocky soil. But again, there's your task, okay? You have the choice whether to pick it up or whether to leave it where it is. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Five of Pentacles. Okay. That is our hidden energy. Clarifying energy, please. Okay. We have the Nine of Cups. Again, the success and the light and the victory is going to come not only in putting down new roots, but establishing a sense of emotional peace and well-being. Okay, this is what you're working towards right now. Right now it might not be there, but the choices you have on your plate again will affect your future, and it will affect how easily you can create the stability and the well-being that you desire. Okay, it's coming. I have no doubt in your mind. You should have no doubt in your mind. I have no doubt in my mind that you have what it takes to create this for yourself. But you got to make the choice to try. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. And I don't mean to be cold. I don't mean to be rude. But if you're waiting for something good to fall in your lap, maybe it'll happen and maybe it'll be good for a little bit, but it won't be as long lasting as you expect it to be. Okay. So, that's a lot. It's a lot. But let's see our final set of cards. What's the final message? What do we need to see finally here? Once again, I'm getting tongue-tied. If this is your first video with me, I tend to call it like it is. So if I seem a little animated, in fact, I'm actually surprised I haven't started cussing in this video, and I do apologize if any of you are offended by that, but that's the way I tend to process my emotions. So again, I apologize for the swearing, but case in point, I do tend to call things like they are. So if this video resonates, I'm glad to help. But if nothing about this sounds right for your situation, this video might not be for you, and that's totally okay. I'd be happy to have you come back anyway if you want to see more. But I also have a number of other videos on my channel if you want to see those as well. So, yeah, let's see what's going on. let's just see what's going on here. So we have the Seven of Air, we have the Seven of Swords. What could be a trigger for this situation and for the reason you're hesitating on making those choices is because there's been some hurts. Again, we're going back to the Five of Cups. Yes, Five of Cups. There may have been someone who didn't act in your highest good, and they may have intentionally done you harm. They may have intentionally been there and then not, and that's certainly a shitty situation. There it is. My bad, guys. But, you know, it created it created a harmful place to be. And the situation that caused the Seven of Swords energy had to dissolve. It had to move on, because nobody deserves to be deceived. Nobody deserves to be mistreated, hurt. There's nothing that could be good about a situation like this other than discovering the truth of somebody. Oh my God, ow. Ow. When that happens, the hurt can be immense. Okay? But this could be the cause of the situation. Now you're having choices. Stay or go, leave my comfort zone, take the adventure and move on. What do I do? Again, now that you know what people were capable of, what do you do with it? Right? So there's the Seven of Air, the Seven of Swords here. Okay. We have also the Eight of Fire. I always get this card, and I'm pleased to see it, because the fact of the matter is that a lot of this happened quickly. This trigger came up quickly, and you're now potentially having to pivot. The things you thought you would want to do with the people in your space can't happen anymore, because it's going to hurt you in the end. Okay? It's happened fast. You found out about it fast. You've been triggered into changing things around very quickly. How are you supposed to go through with that? Ugh. Right? It's just not, no, I don't want to deal with it. But you have to. You have to, otherwise I'm hearing the phrase, you're gonna get burnt. Because this fire is probably gonna get out of control if you don't handle it. Okay? So there's the Eight of Fire or the Eight of Wands. Okay? We also have, again, the Five of Earth, Five of Pentacles. There's still people who give a shit. There's still people who care. Okay? And it's those people you want to have around. Okay? It's those people you want to have around. Remember, this is also a repeat card, so pay attention to this as well. Okay? Alrighty. So let's see some hidden energy and clarifying energy to round out this reading, and then we'll get into our bonus. So our hidden energy is going to be, okay, the High Priestess. Why I think this is also a repeat card? Again, because I think this is a repeat card. This work, all of this work, and I'm going to say it again, it's going to require reflection. It's going to require tapping into your personal truths. It's going to require looking at who you have around you, who you want to move out of your space so that you can actually function. okay? And yeah, do some reflecting. Do some reflecting, because you're going to gain a lot from doing that work. Okay. So there's the High Priestess, right? Hidden energy, or clarifying energy, again, Lovers, choice. Reflecting, going deep, and getting into your personal truths is going to help you make your choice. Okay? There you go. I think I've said enough, at least for this reading. I hope this has helped at least some of you. Let me know in the comments below if you have anything to add to this reading. I am very excited to see what you guys have to say. And let's get into the bonus reading. So to start with our oracles, we have the Lamb, we have the Snake Spirit. This is calling for a time to heal. Okay, we also have a full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. Okay, and we also have surrender. I can release my need to control. What have we just gotten done talking about, you guys? The Lamb, it's Earth. It's Earth. Something has uprooted you. Some negativity, some sadness, some pain has uprooted you. Okay, and I'm seeing that you're the kind of person that just feels it all, and sometimes you don't know how to process. Okay, sometimes you just want to lay in bed and just be a blob, because that's how you process. Other times you want to go ransack your bookshelves and get rid of old books, because those aren't books you're going to read anymore. Underneath all of that, those are doing that work is getting rid of clutter, but it's also allowing you to move your energy, especially your negativity, right? But you've been hurt. Ultimately, you've been hurt. Okay, and I'm hearing that you're a precious cinnamon roll. Maybe you don't like me saying that about you guys, and I'm sorry, but I'm feeling compelled to tell you that I love you. I'm here. Whatever has hurt you doesn't have to be brought with you. You can leave it aside, even though the wound might be deep and it might be very sore, right? You're being called to heal that wound however you can. Okay, so long as it's not doing you more harm in the process of trying to heal that wound, right? Again, with the snake motif, it's time to shed old skins. It's time to surrender control. It's time to release negativity. Okay, and there's been so much of that. No wonder, you know what, I'm gonna say you're very likely an empath, because you're holding on so tightly to that control, because if you let go, you're gonna feel out of it. Okay, the problem is that the stuff you're holding on to is hurting you. You don't need it. Let it go. Okay, take a chance and surrender, because that's going to be what heals. Okay. All right, so that is our oracle. Let's get into our tarots. We have the Seven of Feathers. This is preparation and resourcefulness. We have the Ace of Swords. Drawing up cards here. We have the Ace of Swords. There's a new opportunity to shift to your perspective here. Okay. We have the Devil. This is bondage and addictions and what's holding you back. And we also have the Page of Earth, which is someone who is taking lessons learned and trying to get grounded and rooted. So let me just start with our ace and our page here. You're trying to get into a perspective that allows you to reroot yourself, because once again you've been yanked up by the roots and you're having to regrow. Okay. The problem is that because I'm hearing young energy here, something untried. Okay. You're not. There's some experiences that you haven't had yet in your space, as far as I'm reading these cards together. There's some things that you haven't experienced, and I'm going to go back to the main reading here. There's some facts that you're missing about how to do this. Okay, you have air and earth. I'm hearing the phrase, give yourself time to breathe, because you're gonna need that to do the work. Okay. Again, you're gonna need to do that. You're gonna need the space to breathe, because you have some things in your space that once again are not good for you. I'm hearing the phrase that you're addicted to the stress. You're addicted to the drama. You just want to know everything all at once, and I need all of the information so I can move on. But here's the thing. The way you're going about gathering that is hurting you more than it's helping. Okay, and you may be the one deceiving people to get the information you need. Or people might not be as truthful as they could be with you. Okay, remember that you're in a state of assessment right now. Okay, and ultimately, not surrendering, not trying to heal, not trying to move on is holding you back. And it's not giving you the chance to really live in your highest good. Okay, so I don't feel right leaving it just there. Let me pull another couple of cards and see how we can wrap up this bonus reading, because I don't like where that ended. If I'm totally honest, I don't like where that ended. So to continue the bonus reading, okay, we have the awakening, which in this case is judgment. So there's a call. There's a call to come home. There's a call to come out of the darkness. There is a need. There's a need for you to do this, actually, because the only way that you're going to let go of this, okay, is to feel your way through this. Dig yourself out of the grave. Let your seeds grow. Put down new roots in spite of the stones, in spite of the pebbles in the soil. You can go through those. Remember that you have the rhino spirit from the main readings oracle. Okay? Yes, you can. If you're probably hearing it in your head, well, no, I don't have this A, B, and C. Maybe you don't, and that is fair. But I'm going to challenge you to find another way, because this is you're hearing this. Okay, so there is awakening or judgment. All right. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune coming out again. We got this in the main reading as well. Things change. What you gonna do about it? That's very fatalistic, I will admit, but we're helpless to it, right? We are just we're on the wheel. What is up will come down, and vice versa. Okay, so just keep that in mind, that your fortunes will change, and whether they are for the good or for the negative is up to you. Okay, so there's the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, we have the star. There's always hope. There's always hope. Do not let that be, do not let that be ignored. Okay? Don't ignore your star. Don't ignore, I'm hearing starlight, starbright, the first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. Okay, if you're wishing, and by the way, that was a quote from Pinocchio that I just heard, because apparently Disney's releasing a live action trailer of Pinocchio. Not sure about it, but the point of me mentioning that is that you have a star to navigate by, and someone will hear what's on your heart. Okay, again, you have the choice to keep it back or let those prayers come forward. Okay, there's the star. Okay, and finally, okay, we have patience. Excuse me, this is temperance. At least I'm reading it as temperance. You correct me if you know differently. Excuse me. This is going to require balance. This is going to require moderation. Releasing and surrendering is going to require you to work on getting rooted again. Okay? And whatever that process looks like for you, I know you can do it. Okay? So that is it for the reading. I hope this resonates. I hope this makes sense. Once again, everything is listed in the description, all of my social media links, everything you need to know will be there. Again, I love you guys. I hope this helps, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.